Around 35% of people have a fear of flying, mainly due to the possibility of a plane crash. These events often make big news worldwide, especially if famous individuals are involved, causing widespread shock and sadness. In this video, we take a moment to honor the memory of famous individuals from around the globe who have tragically lost their lives in airplane or helicopter crashes. This serves as a tribute to their enduring legacies and contributions. Many people were deeply affected by the passing of Kobe Bryant in the helicopter crash. However, it's crucial to remember that there were other individuals on that helicopter whose loss is equally devastating. Their families and friends are suffering greatly as well. That's why in this video we want to commemorate not only Kobe but also all those who lost their lives in the tragedy. Just as Aaliyah was beginning to make a significant impact on the world, tragedy struck. In August 2001, a month after releasing her third album titled Aaliyah, the singer was in the Bahamas shooting the music video for Rock the Boat. Finishing her work unexpectedly early, she decided to return a day sooner with 7 others. Unfortunately, less than a minute after takeoff, the plane crashed. None of the passengers survived the accident. On July 16, 1999, the small plane piloted by John, a Piper Saratoga, crashed into the Atlantic Ocean near Martha's Vineyard. His wife, Carolyn, and his sister-in-law, Lauren, also died in the accident. On July 17, 1996, Michel Breistrauff boarded TWA Flight 800. His girlfriend, Heidi Snow, received a call from Michel in which he mentioned he was about to board the plane, and he proposed to her over the phone before getting on. 12 minutes after taking off from JFK Airport, the plane exploded mid-air off the coast of Long Island. There were 230 passengers on board. None survived.
Crazy, I'm crazy for feeling so lonely.
On March 5, 1963, while returning from a concert in Kansas, Patsy Cline died at the age of 30 in a plane crash. Patsy was a celebrated country singer best known for her crossover hits, including Crazy and Walking After Midnight. On January 21, 2019, Argentine footballer Emiliano Sala died in a plane crash during a flight from France to England. He was a passenger in a Piper Malibu. The pilot of the aircraft, David Ibbotson, also lost his life in the accident. On March 9, 2015, Olympic swimming champion Camille Muffat, 25, sailor Florence Arthaud, 57, and boxer Alexis Vastine, 28, were killed when two helicopters collided mid-air in the Argentine province of La Rioja. They were contestants on the adventure show Dropped, broadcasted by TV channel TF1. The other casualties included 5 production staff members and the 2 Argentine pilots. The Brazilian football team Chapecoense was devastated by a plane crash in Colombia on November 28, 2016, which claimed the lives of most of its players. Only 6 of the 77 people on board the aircraft survived the crash. Among the survivors were 3 players, while 19 players and the coaching staff died. Thanks to the courage of Mark Bingham, Todd Beamer, Jeremy Glick, and Tom Burnett on United Flight 93, an attack on a key Washington, D.C. monument was averted. These former athletes charged into the cockpit, fought with 4 hijackers, and ensured that the plane crashed into a field in Pennsylvania instead of hitting the Capitol, the Pentagon, or the White House. Their brave act, which cost their own lives and those of everyone else on board, was honored with the Arthur Ashe Courage Award in 2002. Randy Rhoads, the lead guitarist for Ozzy Osbourne, died in a small plane crash on March 19, 1982, while en route to a performance in Florida. He first gained recognition with Quiet Riot, but truly made his mark with his playing style and sound with Ozzy Osbourne.
I don't think happy-go-lucky. I think that's the way a lot of people perceive somebody who likes sunshine on my shoulders. I mean, what kind of a nitwit is that? You know? So sometimes that's people's perception out of that kind of thing, but I don't think happy-go-lucky. I think optimist, positive to a fault, you know, really looking on the bright side to a fault. I think that's...
John Denver was just 53 years old when he died in a plane crash on October 12, 1997. The country and pop superstar was flying an experimental 2-seat plane near Monterey Bay in California when he plunged into the water from approximately 500 feet. He was the only occupant of the aircraft at the time. Denver left behind 3 children. In 1932, Amelia Earhart became the first female pilot to fly solo across the Atlantic Ocean, 5 years after Charles Lindbergh. In 1937, she attempted a record-breaking flight around the world, along with navigator Fred Noonan. The mission failed, and both disappeared under circumstances that have never been clarified. Carole Lombard was an American actress famous for her comedic roles in many classic 1930s films, especially the 1936 movie My Man Godfrey. Her career was tragically cut short when she died at the age of 33 in the crash of TWA Flight 3. She was on the plane with her mother, along with 20 other passengers who also did not survive. The story of Lynyrd Skynyrd is one of triumph amidst tragedy. After touring small stages for 5 years under various names and with changing lineups, the band officially became Lynyrd Skynyrd in 1969. Skynyrd spent years relentlessly touring, and early in their career created indelible tracks such as Sweet Home Alabama and the opus Free Bird. The group's victorious journey came to an abrupt and tragic halt on October 20th, 1977, when the plane carrying Skynyrd to their next show in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, crashed in a forest in Mississippi, killing 3 band members: lead vocalist Ronnie Van Zant, guitarist Steve Gaines, and backup singer Cassie Gaines. Guitarists Gary Rossington and Alan Collins, bassist Leon Wilkeson, keyboardist Billy Powell, drummer Artemis Pyle, and backup singer Leslie Hawkins were all seriously injured, but survived. As a result, Lynyrd Skynyrd ceased to exist for 10 years. During the filming of Twilight Zone, the movie, Vic Morrow, aged 53, tragically died along with young actors Micah Dinley and Renee Shin-Yi Chen. An accident involving a helicopter which the pilot lost control of led to the aircraft crashing. Morrow and one of the children were decapitated by the impact, while the other child was crushed by the falling helicopter. On February 3, 1959, which was 65 years ago from 2024, 3 famous early rock and roll singers, Buddy Holly, Richie Valens, and J.P. the Big Bopper Richardson, died in a plane crash. People often call this the day the music died. That morning, 21-year-old pilot Roger Peterson and the 3 musicians got on a plane. Peterson didn't know there was a snowstorm happening, but they flew anyway. The plane was only up in the air for a few minutes before it crash hit. It's not exactly clear what happened, but it looks like Peterson went straight into the snowstorm, couldn't see anymore, and started going down instead of up. The plane hit the ground in a cornfield at about 170 miles per hour and flipped over. The crash violently ejected the passengers from the aircraft, leaving no survivors. As we conclude, let's honor the memory of those who tragically lost their lives in plane or helicopter crashes. Their impact and contributions will never be forgotten. Join us in honoring these cherished individuals who made a lasting impact on the world. Thank you for watching.